दिल्ली चलते हैं नई दिल्ली में मौजूद श्रम शक्ति भवन, जहां कौशल विकास मंत्री राजीव प्रताप रूडी मीडिया को संबोधित कर रहे हैं।
So I think the very word that it's not a labor, it is skills. The very day it was moved out from the Ministry of Labor made the whole dialogue of skills very aspirational. And as we all say that all those who are important and big, none is skilled. All of us who are important to be here, whether on the left side or on the right side, we all have been a part of education, which is none of us are skilled. And that is why skill has been not so aspirational and education has been aspirational, because people who become big in this country are educated, they're not skills. And since skills was a part of education, it never found its place, and for the last 67 years, skill has been struggling inside education. So fortunately, we have a landscape which has been well defined. We have the National Skill Policy, which was announced last year. The mission headed by the Prime Minister for the first time, any mission was headed by the Prime Minister, was headed by the Prime Minister National Skill Mission. And one of the, as you are all aware, that there are about 70 odd schemes and 24 odd departments which have been doing skilling. वर्षों से स्किल का काम होता रहा है, and every department felt the need and they started their own skilling. And that is why the biggest, the most important and the biggest achievement of this department, or the manifesto of this department, is convergence. And that was the biggest challenge. So convergence with NCVT, the formal training space which we had in the country since 1950s, which is ITIs, which we call. And the recent development of creating skills in various ministries, whether in the services sector or any particular sector of science and technology. Now more than 7,000 crores were being spent across the country in different spheres of skilling. And with 24 ministries, 70 odd schemes. Now we have succeeded to a great extent in, not fully yet, but to a very great extent we have been able to bring convergence. And as far as convergence of schemes are concerned, majority of the schemes are now finding a space under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. But for example, CPET, which is Plastic Engineering and Technology, which is there with the Ministry of Petrochemicals. We have Footwear Design Institute, which is there with the Ministry of Commerce. So there are many organizations yet which are doing large, Ministry of Textiles, Apparel, is doing large skills, and they have an institutional setup which we are possibly not disturbing. And they have a laid framework on which they are doing the skilling. But the rest of the space which has been there, even we have other ministries doing similar skills, like Deen Dayal Upadhyay Kaushal Vikas Kendra. We have Ministry of HRD doing skills under various heads. So convergence is the biggest challenge, and we are moving in that direction. We may not say that we have achieved it fully, but the process is on, and we are sure that we will be able to achieve it. But having said that, the language of skilling is now well defined under the National Skills Qualification Framework, which we have extracted from the National Skills Educational Vocational Framework from the Ministry of Education, and the National Skills Qualification Framework from the Ministry of Labor. So all skilling which has to take place in future in this country has to come under one heading, which is called National Skills Qualification Framework. A major initiative has been taken now, and in this budget there was an announcement which reads that the National Skills Certification Board, between NCVT and NSQF, which is National Skill Development Corporation, the formation of the National Skills Certification Board, for which a separate budgetary allocation has been done, is to create a common body for all skills, whether under ITIs or whether under other skills which are there in the country. So this is going to be, and after the formulation of this particular thing, possibly the certification which NCVT recognizes across the world, the certificate of NCVT which is recognized all across the world, we'll have a semblance of, we'll have the correct language for certification of all skills under the NSQF. And this is one of the biggest things, a roadmap or a structured system for skilling in this country would come into existence.
इस सीधा प्रसारण देख रहे थे आप। कौशल विकास मंत्री अपने मंत्रालय की उपलब्धियों को बता रहे थे। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस